Good morning, my name is Matthew Hugo from Weather Commerce, and this is this morning's weather brief on Thursday the 28th of April. Today's weather brief will cover a summary on West European 5-day average temperatures, the UK, Europe, Scandinavian precipitation, and finally global weather alerts. Firstly, we'll take a summarised look at the mean surface temperatures across Europe, starting between days 11 and 15, and there is some model agreement and consistency for many areas of Europe to have temperatures within 1 to 3 degrees of climate averages. Temperatures across central and western areas of Europe are likely to be trending slightly above by 1 to 3 degrees, yet some central and eastern areas of Europe may have temperatures trending 1 to 3 degrees below climate averages. Also, just as a quick reminder, please note that the best performing model is shown in yellow, and that the temperature within the middle of the pie charts is the climate average. Between days 6 and 10, there continues to be model agreement and continuation from yesterday and the last few days, with temperatures across the majority of Europe to be within 1 or 2 degrees of climate averages. However, there is some model discrepancy and uncertainty, given that some models do signal temperatures to be more considerably above climate averages. However, at the present time, temperatures are forecast to be generally near, if not just slightly above, climate norms. And finally, within the short term, over the next 2 to 5 days, confidence levels are high, given good model agreement and consistency, with temperatures across many central and western areas of Europe to be trending 1 to 4 degrees above climate averages, particularly across parts of the UK, Benelux and France, for example. Yet some central and eastern areas of Europe, including Austria, for example, may have temperatures at least 2 or 3 degrees below climate norms. And now taking a look at the United Kingdom in some closer detail. And over the next 2 to 5 days, confidence levels are high, given good model agreement and consistency, with temperatures to trend perhaps 2 or 3 degrees above climate averages as a rather mild, if not warm, southeasterly air mass develops across the United Kingdom. In the middle of the forecast period, as we move into the opening week of May, there is model agreement and consistency from previous days for temperatures to then drop and actually become 1 to 3 degrees below a climate average of around 11 degrees Celsius, as much cooler conditions develop across the United Kingdom. The following weather chart helps to illustrate why temperatures are likely to drop and become 1 to 3 degrees below climate averages into the opening week of May, as a large area of high pressure develops to the northwest of the United Kingdom and introduces a cooler east or northeasterly air mass across many parts of the UK. Within the longer term, confidence levels are medium to high, given good model agreement and consistency that beyond the weekend of the 7th and 8th of May, temperatures are likely to remain near or perhaps trending 1 or 2 degrees below climate averages, as the generally cooler conditions persist across the UK. It should be noted that I believe with medium to high confidence that the Metro model, as represented by the solid black line on the forecast model comparison graph, is running too warm across the United Kingdom and has temperatures generally 1 or 2 degrees higher than is expected. And now taking a look at the expected European temperatures and starting between days 11 and 15. And there is some model agreement and continuation from yesterday, for temperatures to be trending 1 to 3 degrees either near or slightly above climate averages, particularly across central and western areas of Europe, though perhaps trending 1 to 3 degrees below climate averages across more eastern areas of Europe, including Austria, for example. As you can see from the latest Austria model comparison graph that throughout a large portion of the forecast period, temperatures are trending at least 1 to 3 degrees below climate averages as rather cool conditions persist across eastern areas of Europe in particular. Between days 6 and 10, confidence levels are only medium at best, given that there is some model divergence, with for example the latest EC deterministic model having temperatures more considerably higher than the rest of the available forecast models. However, given model agreement and consistency, there is medium confidence to suggest that temperatures will be trending 1 to 3 degrees below climate averages across the majority of central and western areas of Europe in particular. You can see that despite some model divergence through the middle and opening week of May, the latest France model comparison graph does signal that temperatures are likely to be trending 1 to 3 degrees below climate averages. Some uncertainty is evident, however, that because some of the forecast models, including the Metro, GFS deterministic and EC deterministic, take temperatures to be either near or trending slightly above climate averages. However, I believe with medium to high confidence that these are warm model outliers and for the time being should be dismissed. And finally, within the short term, over the next 2 to 5 days, many central and western areas of Europe are forecast to be warm, with temperatures trending 1 to 3 degrees or perhaps 1 to 4 degrees above climate averages, yet many eastern areas of Europe are likely to have temperatures 1 to 3 degrees below, as much cooler conditions dominate the weather here. And now taking a look at the expected precipitation totals across Scandinavia. And during the final few days of April and into the opening week of May, precipitation totals are forecast to generally remain well below climate averages across many areas of Norway and also Sweden in particular, but are forecast to be near or slightly below climate averages across Finland. Within the longer term, as we approach mid-May, there is generally a weak signal, given a lack of model consistency, for precipitation totals to be generally near or slightly below climate averages. However, some southern areas of Norway and Sweden may have precipitation totals slightly above, with perhaps up to and over 100 millimetres of rainfall. We're now taking a look at global weather alerts, which highlight significant deviations from normal, and further very wet conditions are expected across many central and eastern areas of the United States over the next 7 to 10 days at least, with an excess of 5 or 6 inches of rainfall leading to a continued threat of localised flooding, severe thunderstorms and also risks of additional tornadoes. In contrast, many southern areas of Brazil over the next 7 to 14 days are forecast to have well below average precipitation totals, with little or no measurable rainfall expected into the opening week or two of May. And finally, temperatures across the majority of the United States are forecast to remain below or well below climate averages across the next 7 to 10 days at least, as much colder than average conditions persist. Thank you for listening to today's weather brief. Goodbye.